So last night was the Game Awards, and I gotta admit, it was probably the best one so far. It was full of a bunch of cool and surprising announcements that actually kinda shocked me, and I'm happy with how the awards went. Although I do wish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth won some more, I am glad they get the best OST, because that game has a crazy diverse soundtrack, and it's really good. I'm also happy for Astrobot winning Game of the Year. We played that game on the channel, and it's so fun. Let's talk about some of the new games we saw. Some of them were actually really surprising. The one I wasn't expecting the most was probably Elden Ring Night Rain, which is not a DLC, but a standalone game that's a survival co-op. It sounds really cool, and I can't wait to see more of it. And we don't have to wait too long, because I think it comes out next year, which is surprising considering we really just got the Elden Ring DLC not that long ago. But after the Game Awards was over, I looked up a little bit more in this game, and apparently you had to survive the world for 2 days, and on the third day you fight the big boss. I've heard people say it's kind of like Monster Hunters, or it kind of reminds them of Monster Hunters, and if that's the case, this could be really cool. But we also got to look at some of the cool bosses that are going to be in the game too, like the Cerberus boss, and we got to see the Nameless King from Dark Souls 3 and the Centipede Demon from Dark Souls 1. If those bosses are here, there's no telling what other bosses we might see. Plus, the movement seems to be a lot faster too, and you can like climb up walls and stuff, which is really cool. Overall, I'm really looking forward to this game, and we don't have much longer to wait because it comes out in 2025. Next up, we got a trailer for the new game from the creator of Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian. Now, it doesn't have an official title, it's just called Project Robot, and we didn't see much at all. All we really saw was the character climbing a big mech and what looked to be like a storm closing in. So it's not too much to go off of, but man, I love Ico and I love Shadow of the Colossus, so I'm looking forward to this game. The next game is one I was really looking forward to, and before the Game Awards, we got like a little teaser saying that it was coming and we were getting a trailer, but after seeing the trailer, I was a little underwhelmed. The biggest problem I had was the Vault Hunters, and none of them looked too interesting, except maybe the big guy, he was kind of cool, but the rest were just kind of almost NPC looking. Now, I really didn't get too much gameplay, really if any at all, so I'll probably have to wait until we get more trailers to really have an opinion on this game. But at the first look, I don't know how to feel about it. But I will say, the environments did look good, and that's one thing Borderlands has always been good at, especially with the cel-shaded style, is their environments, like the locations. Those all looked cool, so I'm excited to explore those. I'm just curious to see where the story goes with this one. Then we got our first trailer for The Witcher 4. Now, I played The Witcher 3 back when it first came out, and I honestly wasn't the biggest fan of it. I just couldn't get into the combat and stuff, but this one looks really cool, and I might actually try it once it comes out. I just wish we would have saw gameplay, but I have a feeling this game is still at least 2, maybe 3 years away, and honestly, that's probably being generous. I don't really like when games do that, and they give us just a little cinematic trailer, and we don't see anything else for years. That's always been like a complaint of mine. But at least we know it's Witchers, and we kind of know what to expect. But man, I just really wish they would wait to show these trailers when the games were closer to being finished. Then we got a weird game, and I'm not really sure how to feel about it. I mean, the gameplay looks fun. It's like a Metroidvania game, but it's a Pac-Man game, I think. Pac-Man's in it. I don't really know. Like, this one would just confuse me, but it does look fun, so I'm going to put it on my list of games to check out. It's just really confusing to me. Another game we got is a new Turok game. Now, I played the Turok games on N64. I think it was the first 2. And this game looks a little different than those games. And that could be for better or for worse. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe Turok on the 64 was first person. And now it's switching to third person in this game, which is almost more like almost Fortnite, for example. Which isn't bad, it's just different. I'll just have to wait and see more of this game before I decide whether it looks good or not. But it's definitely interesting to see Turok return. Another game that got revealed was The Outer Worlds 2. I played a bit of the first one but never finished it. I thought it was okay, and I've always been a fan of Fallout 3 and New Vegas, which I think the people who made those games made this game. So I'll definitely be giving this one a try. Then we got a trailer for the new Virtua Fighter, Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, which actually has a beta out now, so if you want to try it, you can download the beta. I'll have to download that beta after I make this video to try it out. Seeing this there was a big surprise because it's been decades since we got the last Virtua Fighter. It's just been really cool seeing all these fighting games making a comeback recently, and I hope we get to see more make a comeback as well. And one of the last games of the night is a sequel to Okami. I was not expecting this game at all, but it was definitely a welcome surprise. Plus, they also brought back the original director, Hideki Kamiya, which is also super exciting. Unfortunately, though, we didn't really get any gameplay, and it's probably still a little ways off. But just knowing that we have a new Okami coming soon is super exciting, and I cannot wait. But those were probably all the big games that I'm looking forward to that we got to see from the Game Awards. If I missed any that you think look exciting, let me know down in the comments below. Overall, I think it was one of the best Game Awards that we've gotten, and it makes me excited for the future of the show. But I think that'll do it for this video, so as always, thanks for watching.